Hi everyone. Have you ever wondered why your automation tests with Playwright look messy? In that case, you have wondered this question and you wish to know how to organize and make reusable your code. This is the video for you, and this is about how to create tests with the page object model. So stick around and let's see how it works. First of all, if you can see here, we are in the documentation of the page object model because we're gonna see how the best practice in Playwright are shown to be done. Okay, so let's reverse engineer what has been done here. As you can see, we have first of all imported the expect, the type locator, and the page from the Playwright test, which is basically the one that you import to get your page fixture into your test. Second, we create a class and we export it most of all. Why we export it? Because we want to easily to reuse anywhere and import it easily from anywhere. We have the definition of the elements of the test. So first of all, we have the page as an object. Then we have the locators, which are typed as locator. And then we define those locators inside the constructor. Notice how many of the allocators are called by a specific tag and their text. Then we have the methods that uses those locators here. So this is in synthesis, and this is what we're going to apply right now. If you've been following the previous videos, we've been working on a project which we cloned from a GitHub repository. So check the previous videos to understand which is that repository. By the way, this is the test that we wrote in this the file pwExercise2. And in here, we did some locators checks and test writing with the date picker, with the tooltips, etc., etc. Now we will take this logic and create finally our first page object model. So first of all, go to the common file which we created during the scaffolding phase, and inside the POM files that stands for page object model, create a file called pwTest.page.ts, which pwTest, which is the name of the application which we are testing. And let's import the same things like in the documentation as it was shown. So let's copy all the text and adapt it, which is something is very easy to do. Let's paste it. And in this case, we want different locators, different constructors. So we delete what is inside here and different methods, and we save it. So this is the skeleton of our page object model page, except that the page was called pw. Here we go. We're ready to go. So next thing, we need to go to our test in test pww exercise, and let's see what we can abstract. For example, here we have, as we can see, go to dashboard page. This can be abstracted away. Then we have the moving into the form page to fill the form. So go to forms page. So that basically clicks to forms, click again to the form drop down, and then does some check, which you can all go into the go to forms. It can be the same method basically. So next, this seems all to be together in the same method. Then next thing, we have the filling the form, fill form 1. Then we have the testing of the date picker, so which we can divide into go to the date picker form and fill date picker. Next will be to go to the tooltip section and hover to the tooltip. Okay, now we have a division that can be abstracted away, and we will start with the first part. So we can copy and go to the page, and we can create a read-only URL, which is a string. So we will not need to do string because actually it's an action. So this one can be right away extracted. So as we know, the automation Playwright methods are asynchronous. So we need to write async, go to, and then we can put even as a parameter the URL, which is a string, and inside we can copy exactly how that was performed. So we can copy this, we can paste it inside here. Now we need to add this because when we are inside the class to call the page, which is called here inside the constructor, and the URL can be abstracted away as a URL. Now, if you want to call that page object model, you can do the following. First of all, to import pwTestPage from the right path, then you can call it const pwTestPage, which is equal to new pwTestPage, which contain page inside. Okay, now you can call pwTestPage.GoTo, and you can call the URL which we set before. Obviously, the URL we can take from what it was before, which was this. So the URL will be substituted with the URL that we set here. So this is the start of the page object model, where we abstracted the method with the correct element from the page object model. Let's abstract now the second part, which is the go to forms. So if we take, for example, this part, we copy to the new page. Let's abstract this way. So here we write the methods to remember them. For example, we want now to verify that the forms are visible and to enter the forms. So let's abstract elements. So here we can call read only form menu, which is a locator. Then this dot form menu is equal to this. Then what else? We have the link, the drop down element. So we can call read only form drop down menu, which is another locator. And now we can call this dot form drop down menu, which we can call in a better way here, down menu, like this, will be equal to this. Okay, and you repeat with the other element. Just to double check, you can see how it is called here. So the await is not called inside the constructor, and continue to abstract. For example, here the form layout is called this way. So again, we call read only form layout, which is a locator. So this dot form layout is equal to that element. Here there is an error, which is the format, syntax format. And finally, we have the form layout, which we already called. Okay, we finished to call the elements. Now we can create the new method called async go to form, which will contain the logic with the actions. So we have this dot go to form menu dot click. Then we have this dot form drop down menu dot click. Then we have this dot form layout to contain text through the expect. So await expect, and we put this in between this form layout to contain text. This is sync await, so all the weight should be put before inside the method. And finally, form layout that we need to use it to click this form layout that click. And this abstracts the go to form part. We can now delete these comments. We can go back to our test and we can call await pwTestPage go to form. That's it. And we abstracted in this way the page object model. You can continue the same way with the rest. So I leave you as a duty to do that for the go to forms and for the fillForm one and for the rest of the test. And then let me know in the comment if you managed. If you didn't, ask me a question in the comments. Hope this video was useful for you. This is the way to create a page object model in an easy way that can be very comfortable, make reusable tests. Hope you liked it, and see you in the next video.